So as I regard this as something of a public calamity. I don't think we did anything wrong in our litigation. I don't look back with regret, but I look back and this is what every friend told me back in 2019. He said, Richard, this is Chicago. The home is a special deal. You're going to lose. You'll just find out later why. They were right. Chicago is the home of a special deal, and we did lose. You look at the endowment, and what they did with that is they said, we put $1 million into a $400 million endowment, so it's endowed. That gets you in jail as a securities matter. An endowment means that you have the money in hand, plus the ordinary income growth will meet the financial targets at the end. But they have nothing. They just have the same $1 million that they put in 2021. So as I regard this as something of a public calamity, but regarded, and I stress it has to be put on the air, is somebody has to open up these books and explain what's going on. And our lawsuit failed objectively to do that. And so it's got to be a political solution. There's a substantial risk that it will take a very much longer time to be completed. There are collateral costs on the public from rerouting traffic and having all the environment now, which the Obama Center is not going to have to pay for. And so that's a risk. And then if you look at those agreements, nobody knows exactly who is responsible for what if the project is abandoned or incompleted. You can't find that there, or if you can find it, you beat myself trying to look at these agreements. And so, yes, there is a risk that the public will then have to bear that loss because the foundation won't have the money. The Obamas, what they do is their costs have clearly gone up, and the $1 million that they had in there in March or June of 2021 is the same $1 million that they have in now, plus interest on that. This is just crazy as a way of doing business. So where are the other accounts? That's the question you have to ask. All I can say is the continued slow level of construction is not explainable by the budget that you see here. You don't know how long it's going to take, and you don't know whether there's anything else going on behind you because they keep a shield around them of privacy. Of that, I'm certain. If this thing gets built, given all of the locational difficulties and all the problems that in operation that Graham Balcony pointed out, they will not be able to get a fraction of the people through that they want to have come. It tells me that they can't fund the operation or they would have done so. And it also tells me that it's no longer $470 million. 6 years, inflation, complications, supply line difficulties. I can't tell you whether that number is $600 million or $800 million. And I'm not going to speculate. What I'm going to tell you is I just can't tell you. But there's no project that's been built that has had basically no cost run-ups in 4.5 years. Those numbers are dating from the spring of 2021.